How's that song go? The wheels on the bus goes? No, they're not going anywhere. So, got called in for this one here. Turn the key to the unlock position. Take note of the cluster. There's run. Notice the cluster goes out. Go forward to crank. Nothing whatsoever. So, I already jumped in on this. And I think you guys will like it. Yes, it's a school bus. One of the things I wanted to look at first was power moding. So if you're not familiar with power moding, this is what the body control module is going to see in order to tell or determine what position we're actually in. And I'm trying to dodge birds, by the way, that are pooping on me out here, so or attempting to. So I go into diagnostic circuit, and I'm going to come down here into class 2 power mode. Yes, this is available on other scan tools as well. This is just where I'm at. Now right now I only have the key on, but notice that it says crank. Alright, so in here, we're going to go back into all data for a second so you guys can see. Type power mode into your search. When you type in power mode, you're going to get your power mode description and operation. It tells you a little bit about it. That the body control module is going to see these certain inputs, and it uses 3 signals from the ignition switch. Ignition 0, ignition 1, and the accessory. And then we have a little chart. I'll make that chart bigger for you so you guys have it. I'm going to tell you now that this applies to a whole lot of vehicles in the GM world. Alright, and this is what we were looking for. So, if you come onto the wiring diagram for it, this is what we're looking at here. In accessory and run power, this fuse number 46 is going to be power down here unless we're in the crank position. So accessory or run, we're going to have power on this pin. Run and start, we're going to continue to have power on this pin. Ignition 0, we're going to have that in accessory, run, and start. So all we needed to see here was what these inputs actually were. I'm going to come out there real quick. We're going to start from, I guess, left to right. Ignition 0, and that one was the 6th one down on this side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and let me get back on there again because I'm trying to do this with one hand and show you at the same time. All right, you know what? I'm going to remove that. I'm literally leaning over the top of bird poop here, so I'm trying not to cover myself in bird feces. But power there, power here. Oop. They had no cover on the top of this fuse box, by the way, so it's pretty well corroded. Same thing with ignition 1. I've already tested that one, and for the sake of not getting hit by that again, I am going to shoot right over to our problem one, our fuse number 46. And I'll show you how I determined that this is our problem. If we come in here and we go to fuse number 46, that's the 3rd one down, farthest on the right to right here. And if I touch those terminals, if I can get on it, let me try to reposition here. Come on, Keith. Alright, so power there, and and when I checked this earlier, we had power on that side. I wonder. Well, that's interesting because I had power there a moment ago. So when I first came out to this, both sides of that fuse had power. 100%. When I pulled the fuse out, and I'll show you why I did that. I'll see if I can get close enough here for you guys to see this. But come on, focus. Focus. Come on, focus. There we are. If you see down there in the bottom end of that leg, let me try to flip it over. Might make it a little bit easier to see. Let it focus in again. Come on. Come on. Oh, that's painful. Now I see what AVE goes through. Anyhow, oh, there it is. Can you see where that's broken? Right hand side of that fuse. See that bottom corner? And the brown gook that's actually coming up there? Well, that's actually a bad fuse. So notice with the fuse out, still says crank position. If I put this new fuse in right away, we're in run position. There's our problem with the fuse. You check fuses all day long and that's not going to show you anything. So the reason why that was there, and the reason why that was doing that to you, is in this crank position right here, we would sit there and look at it, we would have inactive, on. Those are our positions, right? So in the, let's see, power mode parameter there, if it was in crank, this one here would have to show inactive and the other two would have to show on. That would mean no power here, and this one will both have power. That would indicate crank. Well, that's exactly what it was seeing. This fuse over here was sitting there open on that one little leg, and we're coming down here and there would have been no power on accessory, so that would have shown in crank position at all times. Now that we have power down there, we're at run, and run was active, on. Alright, so it's a really helpful little chart, something to get you there. This vehicle does start and run. There's some other things I have to do to it here though before I get this thing back up and running again for a period of time. There we have some fluids that are removed from here at the training shop, but just something I wanted to show you guys, and you know, an easier way of diagnosing. And don't always believe that just checking a fuse is checking a fuse. The next step there would have been to go down and look at the body control module, but again, no cover on this fuse box. I'm sure you guys can see, I'll try to zoom it in without going too crazy there, but you guys can see all the greenery that's happening in there. So it will end up getting a fuse box as well, but doesn't need it right now for the reason that we're here. Alright, but I just wanted to show you guys though, I mean, that's a nice simple way of doing a quick test there. You have some scan data and a little bit of knowledge, just pulling up a description and operation, and we're already there. Oh, and I guess if it makes everybody feel better, your run position's there. And my phone's ringing again. Sorry about that. See, I have do not disturb on one phone and the other phone still rings. Anyhow, you guys have a great day.